Am I the a-hole for ending a 14-year relationship over refusing childbirth? Me, 35M, and my now ex, 34F, were each other's first love. Really our first everything at the ripe age of 15 in high school, ninth grade to be exact. Being young and naive, I couldn't handle a relationship maturely and was honestly a dog. I was immature, controlling, and meanwhile also letting my friends and older brother influence me to make terrible decisions for myself and our relationship. But while in high school, around about a year of being together, she had a miscarriage. I was a total shift head and did not support her at all and didn't understand what it did to her physically and mentally. I was also a kid, and the gravity of the situation just never clicked for me. It is something I've lived with, and still haunts me just picturing what she went through. This caused us to break up and go our separate ways. Fast forward about 4 years later. We are both 20, and she finds out I hang with a friend of hers from a vocational school that we both attend and arranges that we all start hanging out. From this point on, we pretty much become inseparable, minus some drama you go through in your 20s. I was lucky because she gave me a reason to leave bad friends behind and become sober off certain things I used to party. And for her, I supported her through troubles caused by a run-in with the police on New Year's resulting in a DUI. Easy way to put it, we both had demons from our past that we had to grow through, and we did it together. I may have taken a little longer, but I got through it with her and for her. Once our life got on track, we spent more time around my brother and his kids who I adore. I mean, she was watching them grow up with me. He had 2 boys and 1 girl, and they were all amazing. This motivated me and made me understand I wanted kids too. I always talked about it, and people could see how I was with the kids and see my passion for family. There were many times I left the kids and got very emotional at the thought of having a family with her. For me growing up, I didn't have loving parents, so I was motivated to give my child the life and opportunity one always wanted. I was excited too because I wanted this with her too. Knowing each other since the age of 15, I knew she came from the same type of family I did, broken and at times abrasive. I just thought we were going to build something together that we never had. I was vocal about wanting kids. I needed change, and I wanted something bigger than me to be a part of my life. I continuously told her that. Her answer would be, marry me, and we can have kids, or, I like my freedom right now, maybe someday. But why didn't I propose? I just felt like I wanted to be in a better place in life financially. I was making $100,000, and she worked, but I was saving for a house. I wanted a foundation and thought marriage would be a setback with every penny you invest into it. Maybe wrong idea, maybe not, but that was my mindset. But she never said, no kids. This went on and on and on until 12 years pass. And on one cold night, we have a fight, and she tells me the truth. She never wanted kids. She told me she didn't know how to tell me and thought she might grow into the idea, but knew she never wanted kids. Surprisingly, it was a calm argument at this point, but I was completely blindsided, and now I know I shouldn't have been. But for 12 years, I was staying with her and wanting this idea for it to only be a dream. To add insult to injury, I was the person who would give her the shot when needed to prevent what I wanted. To her credit, though, she told me she was absolutely in love with me still, but would understand if I wanted to leave her. She just didn't want me to resent her. Me being absolutely in love with her too stated, I could never resent you, and decided to stay. Sadly, through the next 2 years, our love came unraveled and I did what she asked me not to. I began to resent her, daily even. I grew distant, did less with her, became depressed, and felt alone. And not realizing it, but left her alone too. She told me we could adopt, and I just couldn't negotiate. I felt like my chance was robbed, at least my chance of choice. She has every right to say no to kids, but don't I get a choice too on if that should be my partner? 100% she can say no kids, but am I the a-hole for leaving that relationship of 14 years for the chance to find a partner who wants kids?